Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm reacting to If I Let Go, Will Everything Be Okay? Sadhguru answers. I want to say my opinion first and see how I match up with Sadhguru or how way off I am. It's not a one answer fits all kind of question or statement. If I let go, will everything be okay? Like, for example, letting go of your ex or loved one or something that you're attached to that you can no longer have, yes, everything will be okay. You need to let go. However, if you have a bill, letting go doesn't quite work out as you'd planned. But you understand the statement I'm trying to say. There are certain things, yes, you need to let go of that you will be better when you do let it go. There are obviously other things which is your responsibility that you do not want to let go because it is your responsibility and there are consequences to those actions. Obviously, I think this is more talking about the latter part where it's things that you definitely need to let go of. But it's again, I think practically kind of like because there are some people out there. It's like, well, my biggest problem is my bills, but if I let it go, will I be okay? No. Let's go get started.
The popular teachings in the world today. I don't know how popular these are in Mumbai, but in the West, these things have become very popular. Somebody is telling you be in the moment, somebody is telling you just let go, everything will be okay.
That let go also kind of plays into bhakti yoga as well, because it says, like kind of like let go. Whenever they say over here, it's more things that you cannot control. So when they say just let go, like there's a saying like let Jesus take the wheel. Basically, that's the same saying that's let go because what you're doing is you're driving. You say let Jesus take the wheel. You're like okay, you're letting go, meaning that you're not physically driving, but you're trying to navigate through a trouble that you have no control over, and you're trying to control it, but you can't. So you just let go and just let Jesus take the wheel, let fate handle it, let whoever you believe handle it, or just wait until the results come in because there's just nothing you can do. No matter what you do, you have no control over it. You're worrying about it. Just let go.
That means there must be somebody taking care of your life from behind, then you can let go. Someone telling you just do one thing at a time, don't… See, these are all regressive teachings in the sense, just to explore one or two. What can you let go, tell me? They're
Attachment.
saying, just let go, God will do it.
There you go.
Well, life has not really gotten you yet, that's why you're talking this language. You're living in a fanciful world. When life really gets you, then you will know you can't let go anything, you have to manage. You let go your business today and see what'll happen. Or try something more dramatic. You're driving today, just let go. A lot of people seem to have. Just let go and see either you're dead or somebody else is dead. Now, these popular teachings, which have unfortunately become popular, has messed up humanity in a big way. I faced a group of people recently in America where they're staunch be in the moment people. I'm asking you, can you be somewhere else? Be somewhere else and show me, please. Can any of you be anywhere else other than this moment, I'm asking? Can you be? Can you be somewhere else than here, right now? No. Then why do you need such a teaching?
I'll answer Sadhguru on this one. So, in this sense, the saying is, from my understanding, of course, and now I don't know if this is globally understood in the same way, but be in the moment. It's just like try not to think so much about the future or the past. Try to live in the now. So I know this is a teaching that Eckhart teaches about ever being in the present. I think I think some other gurus and swamis have taught about this too, because only ever in the now is real. The future and the past, the future is imagination, the past is in memory. Nothing else exists except for now. But there's a lot of people out there who's always kind of like, oh my gosh, what I got to do tomorrow? I need to pay the bill. I need to go do this. I need to write this down before I forget. You know, they're not living right now. They're living in the future or in the past. Like, oh man, I can't believe I did that. I did that to that person 2 weeks ago, and now 2 weeks from now, I have to go freaking go see that person. You know, they're constantly not living in the now. Obviously, you know, there's certain things you have to think about and plan for the future so that you don't forget, or you kind of have to plan. But a lot of people just are all over the place in a lot of sense in their mind. They're not, you know, they're thinking too much into the future. Things that aren't going to happen that may happen is where it really applies. Not things that are going to happen in the future per se. So, for example, if you have a court date or if you have an appointment that you have to be to, that is going to happen in the future, generally speaking, unless something really weird happens, like you know a flooding happens and then your appointment's canceled. But you know under normal circumstances it will happen. Versus say like, oh my gosh, I did something, so I'm gonna get punished for it in the future. I just know it. And it's like, what did you do? It's like, I did this. And you know for sure you're going to be punished for it? No, I don't, but I have a feeling I will. And then all of a sudden a day goes by and nothing happens. It's more talking about like along those lines where like you know people are just imagining a lot of these things. I know Sadhguru talks a lot about this too. So that's what I think they mean by you know live in the now or be in the moment, because people just have wild imaginations, living in the past or living in the future and never thinking about the now.
What they're trying to tell you is, don't think about tomorrow, don't think about yesterday.
Ooh.
That will happen if we take away half your brain. If I pull out half your brain, you cannot think about tomorrow, you cannot think about yesterday, just be in the moment. This is all coming because people do not even know how to sit in one place peacefully, okay? So people are coming up with solutions like this. Shankaran Pillai opened a pharmacy in United States. And one day he had something to attend to, some little chore that he has to attend to. So he asked his teenage son, please take care of the shop just for an hour, I'll be back. So the boy said, no problem, Dad. So he went out. In an hour's time, he came back. When he came back, in front of the shop, there was a man hugging the lamppost and his eyeballs were rolling wildly and he was looking totally crazy. He looked at the man, whether the man is wanting to go into the shop or is he going out of the shop, you don't know. So he looked at him and then he went inside and he asked his son, who is that guy hugging the lamppost like that? Is he our customer? The boy said, yes, Dad, he's our customer. What did you give him? Oh, he had whooping cough, so I gave him a box of laxatives and made him take it right here, all of them. So what? For whooping cough, you gave him laxatives? Why? Come on, Dad, look at him. Does he dare to cough now? There are solutions and solutions but is it really a solution? That's a question. So now because you can't sit in one place peacefully, somebody says, be in the moment, don't think about the past, don't think about the future. Tell me, can you call yourself a human being if you cannot remember the past and project into the future? Will you be a full-fledged human being, I'm asking?
To answer that real quick, it's about people who just always live in the future or always live in the past and are just never in the present moment. That's what that saying usually is. This person's always thinking about the future. He's always like, oh, I gotta do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. And the next day, he's like, I gotta do this. It's always a day ahead and never living in the moment. So when tomorrow comes, he's already planning the future, and then when that day comes, he's always planning the future again. It's never in the moment. So it's always about preparation, preparation, preparation for everything. Even though whether something happens or not, it's irrelevant because it could happen, so therefore it needs to prepare. So he's always living in the future and never in the present moment. That's what that saying's all about.
You wanting to go back in the evolutionary scale because you don't know how to handle your own intelligence.
But yes, that's very
This
much
is the
true there.
biggest problem with the human being. Their only problem is this, you may call it by 1,000 different names, but the only problem is you do not know how to handle your own intelligence, isn't it? You will see if you take away half your brain, you will be peaceful. Yes or no? But I am asking, is that a solution? Is that a solution? Taking away half your brain? So taking away your ability to look back into the past and look out into the future, if you take away this ability, maybe you will be peaceful but towards what purpose? I know so many people today are going about talking, being peaceful or peace of mind is the ultimate goal of your life. Even the so-called spiritual teachers and leaders are going about saying, peace of mind is the ultimate goal. You tell me from your intelligence, can you enjoy your dinner tonight if you're not peaceful? If not joyful, at least peaceful you must be to enjoy the dinner, isn't it? Can you enjoy driving back home if you're not peaceful? Can you enjoy the people around you if you're not peaceful? Can you enjoy the work that you do if you're not peaceful? I'm asking. If you're not able to be joyful or ecstatic, at least you must be peaceful, isn't it? So I'm asking you, is it a fundamental requirement of life or is it the ultimate goal of life?
I'll say the saddest thing probably is in a lot of the Western world, this probably has become not the realities of life, but the ultimate goal in life because the Western world has kind of, I say the Western world, but I'm sure in developed areas has become the furthest thing from reality now, where, being peaceful is not a fundamental reality, but an ultimate goal because of what development has become, what development has, I hate this, let me say it this way. What development has done to us, but it's not the development's fault, it is our fault because of how we use the things, how we are incapable of handling this equipment, and how we are incapable of handling ourselves. We have people are so in touch with social media and they're so fearful of being judged and they say, oh, I need to have this, my life should be like this, I want to look like this person, I need to have all this, I need to make $1,000,000 or my life is not worth it because they see all these things in social media and in these developed areas because obviously if you're not in really a developed area you probably don't have Wi-Fi. I can speak to that for sure. Anyways, but generally speaking, in developed areas when are more prominent. It's not to say that even in the outskirts that they're not there, but it's not as bad. Again, I can speak to that too. But anyways, and then when we start looking at social media as external things that make us happy, we start to lose the things that really matter in life. Whenever before all these electronics and stuff, sure, life was a little bit boring, but we were relatively peaceful for the most part. I'm not saying like for everyone or for a lot of things, but generally speaking, now you have a lot. Like Sadhguru is probably going to say, the Western world is just drugged up because they can't handle their own intelligence and they can't handle the fact that their life is not like what they see in social media, so they can't handle themselves and they want external things that they cannot have, and they're struggling and being depressed and sad and suffering because of it.
It's the most fundamental requirement. But now people are pushing it to heaven. They're saying peace is the ultimate goal of life. Such people will only rest in peace. Anything that you're deprived of tends to become heavenly product. Today if you say peace, people say divine peace. If you say love, people say divine love. If you say bliss, people say divine love, divine bliss. These are all things human beings are capable of, isn't it? To be peaceful, to be joyful, to be loving, to be blissful, these are all human qualities, yes or no? If you're willing, you can be peaceful, you can be loving, you can be blissful. But all these things have been exported to heaven. So, these simple aspects have become complicated because of all these teachings. I'm saying, it doesn't matter where the teaching comes from. Whether it comes from me or somebody else, just keep it aside. Just apply your intelligence. You cannot use my intelligence, okay? You can use my wisdom maybe, but you cannot use my intelligence, you can only use your intelligence. So with your intelligence, experiment. If it works, let's keep it. If it doesn't work, discard it tomorrow morning. No need to continue it for one more day. But first you must decide, are you looking for solace or are you looking for solutions? If you're looking for solace, just believe something, it'll work. You understand? You
Bhak-
believe that the source of life is in this light bulb and every day do this, it'll work. What you're doing is just inexpensive psychiatry. Yes, you're trying to manage your psychological space with something, using an anchor outside. It's all right, I'm not saying it's wrong. If you need that, you can do it.
Bhakti yoga.
But if that's not your requirement, what you want is an ultimate solution for life, then you need something else, which will not come with these kind of popular teachings. You need a powerful force to move you from one dimension of life to another. So when such a need comes, if such a longing comes, then you must look for spirituality, otherwise just do something, go climb a mountain, it'll work, I'm telling you. You'll build your confidence. Yes, climb a mountain, swim in the ocean, all these things will build your confidence. Or believe something. But towards what end, what is your requirement is something you have to see. Do you have a longing for the ultimate or are you just trying to manage your psychological drama? That's a first distinction you have to make. But your psychological drama can be managed only from within. You can believe that you're using outside help, but actually you can only manage from within because this is a ghost that you create. You can't kill it from outside. So let go of all the teachings, you'll be fine.
To me, that last part, how it translated in my head, so just forget everything I said. Just let go of all. So, towards the end there, I mean, he said believe, which is generally speaking bhakti yoga. And I have no issues with that. I think it does work for a lot of people. And Sadhguru himself did, in fact, say that bhakti yoga is. I believe he said this. I know Swami Sarvapriyananda has said this. I think Sadhguru has said this too. I'm not too sure anymore. But bhakti yoga is the easiest way to enlightenment because it's just in a lot of sense it's you let go of a lot of things. That doesn't mean that you don't take action, but it's more along the lines that you perform the best that you can and you let God handle the rest. The things that you cannot handle, let go of it and let God handle it. What you can handle, you freaking work your butt off 110% on that. What you can make change on, do it, and what you can't, let God handle it. This is kind of the philosophy in life that I have. Not necessarily about the belief part, but it's more along the lines that if I can do something about it, then I choose to do something about it or I choose not to do something about it. If I choose not to do something about it, then I cannot be mad that I didn't do anything about it because I chose to not do it. If I get mad because I didn't do it, I have myself to blame. And the things that I cannot change or say I want to say influence. You can't influence the outside, but it's up to that external force or whatever that thing that you're influenced, whether it be a person, a cat, a dog, or whatever, to make the change. You can make influences, but you have no control over it. You only have control over yourself and your actions. So that's how I've had that understanding in my life that I can only control myself, so I can't control the external life. I can make influences. I can try to make it as best as I can by talking or by performing actions. Well, performing actions obviously, but that's all I could do. And if it works out, it's great. If it doesn't, then you know what? I tried. At least I tried. If I did try. So that's my reaction to If I Let Go, Will Everything Be Okay? If you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up, the sign down below. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next vid.